Hello, friends. This is a huge day. It is ArtVival Journal launch day. Now, at the time of recording this, this was day one. Now, you may be watching this at day who knows what, but the important point is the ArtVival Journal was designed to give creatives like you and me a soft place to land when things feel incredibly difficult in our art making practice. It's as simple and as utterly complicated as that. Because the fact of the matter is, when you get frustrated over and over and over again, and like raise your hand, get in the comments and say me, if you've ever been frustrated, if you were frustrated today, last week, 6 months ago, you had a like earth-shattering frustration moment or period of time, get in the comments and say me. Because it is soul-shaking sometimes. This hobby that you started, you love, that you have derived so much joy from, and all of a sudden, the washes don't seem to wash like they used to, right? The brushes don't seem to brush like they used to. And you're left feeling like, what in the world am I doing wrong, right? It's not you. It just simply happens. And this sketchbook, journal, all the things is a place to go when you don't know what else to do. It is an alternative. It is a joyful alternative to quitting. It's a joyful alternative to quitting. Right? Right. Yes and amen. So today we're going to celebrate this launch. If you're watching this a year later, we're going to re-celebrate this launch with you. Make sure you get into comments. This is a vibrant, incredibly active community we call Watercolor Land. And you're going to find just as much information in the comment section as you might hear from me in any given video. So yeah, get down there. And so what I discovered in 2013 when I had my own epic creative block, I had just come off a huge project with my other business, Momental Designs, huge. And I was creating, but it was for someone else. I was basically an artist at large, an artist on demand, right? And I came out of that feeling just completely depleted emotionally. And so that was my catalyst for the brushes don't brush, the water doesn't water, the paint isn't painting. You know, we all have a different catalyst. We all have a different reason why things feel weird and don't work anymore. That isn't the point that matters. The point that matters is what you do after. And unfortunately, what I did for like 4 months after that catalyst was nothing. I didn't paint. The only thing I did was if I had to do something for a project for someone else, right? And it was incredibly frustrating. So I did nothing. And I lost 4 months of creating time. Someone commented on one of my posts the other day, and it was about this journal. And she said, I am so excited for this. I can't remember the last time I painted. So if that's you, or if that's some version of you, you're in the perfectly right place today, right? Here we go. Lily Pad says, trying to figure out what I want to paint is so hard. Then when I decide I feel intimidated by the, can I draw this? What colors are right feelings? I start to feel overwhelmed and then I don't paint. And this is a perfect crystallized moment when you come here. Because there is a section quite literally titled, I'm going to show you, for when you have no ideas. And that section is filled with begun for you art that you can just doodle on top of. Oh, and guess what? There's QR code accessed videos to show you how I doodled on some of these pages. So Lilypad, thank you for that lovely example just at the perfect time that I needed it. This is perfect timing. I started to hit my creative roadblock. Welcome. Welcome. Because I've got the solution. And is it a perfect solution? No. No, nothing is. But if you're watching on a TV, you can go hit that QR code and it's going to take you right to the ArtVival Journal. And you want to check it out. And if you're not watching on TV, you can go ahead and check it out there in the comments. All right. So you will get through it. All right. So we're going to go down on the painting table because that's where we belong. Oh my gosh. Sarah says, I've been in such a rut lately that I would classify it as a chasm. Oh my gosh, a chasm, like this huge gap between, right? Between what you want and what you're able to do. Is that, yeah. As soon as you showed this on Palmstreet, it spoke straight to my soul and I immediately jumped on it. I was so happy I was able to. Yes. Y'all, I did offer 10 of these very early on Palmstreet. Not this, so a week ago. Yeah. But that word chasm, I think, is so important. If anybody has felt that chasm, that huge gap between what you want to do and what you feel you can do, just write the word chasm in comments. It's basically chasm. I think that's how you spell it. It's such a good word. So I appreciate you sharing that vulnerability, Sarah. I was about to call you Chera. But truly, I appreciate you sharing that vulnerability because, oh my gosh, right? And then what do you do? What do you do? Well, I think number one, here's where I go to the notebook. What do you do when you feel blocked? Let's just say this. What do you normally do? What do you normally do? Shout it out in comments, friends. Distraction on high, right? When you are feeling that frozen feeling and you don't know what to do, distraction has a much higher chance of winning. Am I right? Avoid. Yep. So you avoid painting. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So I go to other projects. So KB34R goes to avoidance. Yeah. Okay. Now trading post farms goes to nature. But see, that's a habit though. And you're skipping ahead in a beautifully lovely way because that's one of the things we should do that is helpful. Start a new hobby. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Watch my videos, pick out something simple to paint, right? Right. What do we do? So here's why the journal exists. And okay, so it comes in this sweet, dare I say beautiful, I will absolutely say quality box because she's thick, okay? It's going to protect this journal. And the thing that I think is perhaps most important about this journal, and I dive into this much deeper in the bonus content, is that this journal, as you're creating in it, and then when it is full and it is beaten and it is bruised and it is battered with the shrapnel of your emotional, creative frozenness, when it cannot hold anything more, this is a living, dare I say breathing, badge of honor that you put on your shelf. And every time you walk by this rose gold ring, you're reminded of where you started, what you chose to do instead of quit or pause for too long, and what you discovered in here during that process. Every time you walk by this spine, whether or not this book is completed, every time you walk by this spine. So I actually suggest, here's what I suggest. I'm not terribly worried about dust. I suggest using this box, not as a dust cover, but as a place to build a magic box of ready-to-go supplies, okay? Ready-to-go supplies so that when this creative block hits, you have everything you need to get right into your journal. So there's no excuses. It's all already in here, okay? Okay, maybe the spray bottle doesn't fit, but they make smaller ones, okay? You have everything you need, like something practical, all right? So let's go through it, okay? You're gonna have something practical, Sharpie, a pencil, okay? Have your favorite brush, have something fun, like a weird colored pen, right? Have something really fun, like pigment salts, okay? And you get that, and of course, have some extra paper. And you might even want some washi tape, because you might, one of the bonus content videos talks about how you can reuse and redo some of these pages again and again and again as needed, okay? Okay, I know. That way, you've got your magic box. If you're new here, who doesn't know what a magic cup, magic box is? Say magic, and I will explain it, okay? So you've got this, and it's ready to rumble. You put this where you spend most of your time, all right? Done. Then you have your journal. I want you to find a blessed, sacred spot for it. Listen, I am a believer. I am not trying to liken this to anything godlike, so please understand that. But I think those words are powerful and they hold a lot of meaning in different contexts, okay? Because let this be a visual beacon. Put it somewhere obvious. Put it somewhere where you walk by 100 times a day, right? Put it somewhere where you will see it. I got you, Art by Me. I'm going to explain it, okay? That way, every time you walk by it, you remember there's no quitting in watercolor land. You're going to remember that first. What are we going to remember? Before you even get into the journal, what are we going to remember? There's no quitting in watercolor land. Okay? No crying in baseball, no quitting in watercolor land. So, the place you choose to put this is important because I want you to see it a lot so you're reminded. Okay, so I want you to be reminded there's no quitting in watercolor land. So I want you to think right now, call it out in comments where you're going to keep your journal. Where are you going to keep it? Call it out, okay? I want you to also remember I can always go back. You can always go back to the book, okay? Right? So I have a shelf in my studio. I walk by it every day. And that's where I keep all my journals, all my sketchbooks that I've been working on this year because I am new to journal and sketchbook loving. Okay, Susan is keeping it on her art table. She's gonna see those rose gold rings on her art table. With me everywhere I go. Okay. And here's the thing, y'all. 20% off today. It's a good time. It's a good time to pick up two if you do want to have more than one laying around. Okay. All right. We got another chasm. We feel that chasm. We feel that creative chasm. All right. On your craft desk. Love it. Portable art table for Jennifer. Oh my gosh. Tanya, I love this so much. Shelf in front of your desk. Yep. You got to literally have it in front of you. That's so important. So important. Yep. All right. So you've got your place picked out. Let's talk about the magic box, the magic cup, because there was a question about that. So in one of my previous books, Spirited Watercolor, right? I talk about the magic cup. All right. A magic cup, really, it's basically a vessel filled with ready-to-go supplies. In my book, I introduced it as a cup because that's what I did over the years. But very, very quickly, once I started teaching about the magic cup, I started making magic trays, magic bins, magic tins, magic boxes, and magic pouches. Basically, find a vessel and fill it with ready-to-go supplies. And the reason it's magic is because it helps you build the habit of indulging in sparks of motivation. All right, we need to indulge in sparks of motivation. Indulge in sparks of motivation. And that's another thing that this journal helps you do, okay? And the magic cup helps you do it. And I talk a lot about habits in this joyful journey. I do. And the reason is because we are essentially building habits for ourselves. We have to build new habits. And building habits is annoying, I'm not going to lie. But building watercolor habits is one of the least annoying habits to build on the planet, in my humble opinion. Yeah. Right? It really should. All right. So just to recap, y'all, and then we're going to get into this. All right. There's no quitting in watercolor land. You need to remind yourself you can always go back. Always go back here. Indulge in sparks of motivation. And that is the habit. We are trying to make it really easy. Really easy. Make it easy. And this journal is meant to do that. This journal is meant to make it easy for you to quickly and just kind of automatically indulge in those sparks of motivation that you get. Take a screenshot of that. Take a screenshot of that. Stacy has a magic bag in her purse and a magic jar on her table. That's awesome. Love that. Take a screenshot. All right, let's get into this, y'all, because I don't got all day. I got a house full of family. House full of family. We're going to see Zootopia today and celebrate some birthdays. Yo, shorty, it's your birthday. Oh, shorty, it's your birthday. Anyway, focus. It was my daughter's birthday yesterday. And yeah, super fun. So friends, this is the journal. Let's just talk about the semantics, the logistics. You've got the ring binding, the big, fat, beautiful rose gold ring binding. You've got hard front cover, hard back cover. This is lined with watercolor paper, has a gusseted pocket, and just a reminder of more inspiration. But I mean, this is hard, okay? You've got, I think I counted, is it 25 blank sheets of watercolor paper? Somebody count for me. Okay. You've got a letter from me. There's good stuff in here. All right, there's good stuff in here, but I'm going to cover it up because we want to keep it real here. This is an important page. This is the page I suggest, and I elaborate on how to use this page more in the bonus content. Tons of bonus content. I've never done so much bonus content with a product of mine ever. I think I'm going to do something here. It's going to make my life a lot easier down the road. We're just going to boop, 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 boop. Because this is the good stuff that only those who are in the know get access to, okay? This, I have a cute little simple trick to being able to use this again and again and again. And it's in the bonus content. But basically, this is your declaration. This is your declaration. And you can do this declaration every time you come to this book. You can do it once, you can do it every time, all right? It's so important to declare your expectations for yourself and your intentions, okay? All right. So this is the important release your frustrations page. You might be wondering why there's a piece of washi tape, because I highly recommend just doing this page again and again and again and again. All right. And I highly recommend taping in the pages that you do again and again and again and again. Something like this, and I dive deep into this more in the bonus content, but take a piece of washi tape, because you don't ever want to not be able to see your previous pages, right? And just score it with your fingernail, and then there's your new Release Your Frustrations page. And you can flip up and still see your old ones. So good, so good. All right, so you're going to get to see that and how I came to do mine. All right, then you've got blank pages. All right, this is the first section. This is the keep going mini project section where you get to dive in. This is where you come when you're like, I'm not totally spent. I still got some gas in the tank, but I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. Okay, that's where you come when you're on the edge. So, bunch of projects, more bonus content. Sorry, y'all. I've got to do this. All right, blank pages. Do not, and I mean do not be afraid. Do not be afraid to use these blank pages. Do not be afraid or avoid. Afraid of or avoid using the blank pages. You hear me? Something I've learned in the last year is that sketchbooks give you the opportunity to build a sacred place that once they are full and wrinkled and dog-eared and used and loved, they're like a badge of freaking honor. A badge of freaking honor. Let me show you. This is a journal that I kept while I was in France earlier this year, and is the first time in my life that I really sunk into journaling and sketching in a deep, powerful way. This book is a mess. This book is filled with stuff that is not archival, that will break down over time. This stuff is filled with sketches and tickets, and more sketches than anything. But when I hold it and I look at the edges, it just has grit and growth and evolution and dirt and grime, and it is good. And every time I hold this darn thing, I feel proud and I feel accomplished, even though it is dirty and grimy and weird and awkward. And some of the sketches, I don't even remember what they are. They're so rough and they're so drafted and they're so not evolved. I don't even remember what they are. Some I love. You'll have moments where you're like, yes, this I had to cover up. I hated it so much. And now I like almost dug through the page. Yes, I want you to do that here. I want this place to be a badge of honor, a sacred place that once it is done and it is hanging by a thread, remember what we do. We close it and we put it up on that shelf, that place we chose. So every time we walk by, we remember what we did. Every time we see these rose gold rings, we remember what we did, to what we accomplished, right? Yes. Who else is going to give themselves permission to fill up every page in this book and tape new ones in? Tape new ones in. Put your new ones in the pocket. As a matter of fact, this is a bonus content piece for those that's not included in the already existing bonus content. Fill up this pocket. You're going to have to cut it. It's not going to fit 5x7s. Fill it up with paper. That's your first order of business. Fill this up with more paper. Fill this up with more paper so you know, and let it be scraps. Fill it up with scraps. Come on. Who's going to do it? Say fill. Say fill if you're committing to using those blank pages. Say fill if you're committing to the moment this comes in to putting more pages in this pocket. Say fill. Fill. Come on. Let's go. Let's fill. We're going to fill it. There we go. Jennifer's going to fill it. Yes. Lily's going to fill it. Gina's going to fill it. Christine's going to fill it. We're going to use the blank pages. By saying fill, we're committing to not being afraid of using those blank pages. Yes. I love taping. I love taping into the journal. So good. All right. Marilyn's filling it because she's got a little art bag at work. Yeah. It's a security blanket. Amen. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I had you choose the spot. That's why I had you choose the spot so you can see the rings and be reminded. Fill. Esther's going to fill it. Melissa, Momo's going to fill it. All right. We're going to fill it. Art Alchemy's going to fill it. All right. So y'all, you've got blank pages peppered throughout. And I've said this before, but I'll say again, this is cellulose paper. This is not 100% cotton, but y'all, this paper hits. This is a paper that is out in the marketplace. It is not, I did not reinvent the wheel. That's not what this book was about. I didn't make my own watercolor paper. All right. This is in the Advent, Regina. Yes, ma'am. It is. So, all right. So, you know what else I want to add to this? Get yourself some washi tape. Get yourself some washi tape. It's so fun. It's so good. And if you feel better about it, see if there's like an archival washi tape. That'll help this thing in its longevity, right? All right. Get yourself some washi tape so you can tape in more pages. Y'all, are we having a good time? Will you give this video a boop? Will you give this video a boop? All right. So we got lots of folks filling the pages, not being afraid, fill in that pocket right as soon as you get it. And if you're wondering What the heck is she talking about? What am I getting? This. We're talking about the ArtVival Journal today. At the time of recording this, we had a 20% off sale. It's 20% off site-wide. Site-wide, including the brand new journal. All right, so we're going to fill those pages. This is your section where you come, where you're not fully out of gas, where you've got a little bit more in you. But literally, this one's called Minutescape. I tell you how to do it. All right, I tell you how to do it. You do it right in here. You do it right in here. Or if you don't do it right in here, when you're done, tape what you did back in here. Okay? So the next section, because there's two main sections. This is the section for when you have absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea. Okay? And that is where I have included Begun for You artwork. I just sold this original on Palmstreet. Yeah, so cool. It reproduced beautifully. This is also on that watercolor paper, y'all. It's 140 pounds. These are the pages where it's begun for you. You doodle, you goof around. This is where you experiment. This is where you make the mess. This journal is not supposed to be pretty. It is not going to be pretty to anyone else, but it is going to become the most special thing you've created in a long time. Seriously, just like my journal became the most special thing I've created in a long time. I get so schwitzy over this because it's so important. I drew a shoe. I'm so proud of that shoe. And I want this to be you in 4 months, in 6 months. Who knows? Maybe you'll have a sprint in a month where you're coming back to something you did here and you're getting a little schwitzy too. Okay? All right, friends. So this is the Begun for You section. And just a reminder, there's tons of bonus content, brand new bonus content, okay? And honestly, the bonus content is the powerhouse of this book. It is the powerhouse. I'll be honest. I mean, the book is a place to be. It's important. The book, the physicalness of the book is important. But the bonus content is where it's at. Not gonna lie. Sharpie, right? Yeah, Sharpie. Sharpie too. Absolutely. Now, let me show you, because I do believe in this paper. So I want you to see. I'm not going to do much, but I want you to see. Okay? I want you to see that this paper does what I claim it does. Okay? And that is, it watercolors, y'all. It does the gorgeous job of hosting watercolor paint like one would expect. Okay? It does. This paper, you know I use Fi-S a lot, and that is 100% cotton. This paper functions more reliably than Fi-S. To the point that I am thinking about releasing it, you know, with my own cover, and releasing it maybe with a few like improvements in manufacturing. So it is custom. This functions better than Fi-S. This paper doesn't have the weirdness that Fi-S has. I'm telling you. Okay? That blue is a staining blue, and I am scrubbing it down, and I am not losing the integrity of this paper. Don't be scared of this paper because it's not 100% cotton. Okay? Please don't. Please don't. Yes, it will bow. It's 140-pound paper. It's going to bow. Yeah. All right. Oh, Esther says, I love what you said about the badge of honor. I have your mixed media adventures book and I haven't wanted to mess it up. Yes, you are not alone. But I'm going to earn my badge and get it messed up. Yes. Somebody say, if you're with Esther and you're with me, say messed up. Get in the comments. We're going to mess some shiz up. We're going to mess some shiz up. Say shiz if it's easier to type. Say shiz. Say shiz. Okay? Now, I want to go back to this page. This is where I want to land today. Mess up the shiz. All right? Mess it up. I really think this is the most important, maybe the second most important product I've created in terms of what it can do for folks emotionally. Because when I created my line, started creating the palette and started creating the brushes, it wasn't just about palettes and brushes. It was about building something from the ground up that would make things easier for beginners, make things easier for frustrated, folks that have been painting for years, moderates, let's call you, even really frustrated professionals. That was the point. The brushes were the point, but the emotional safety net was the point. And this journal is an emotional safety net that's going to keep you from quitting. Look at this page. Look at this page. It's some fugly shiz. Some fugly shiz right here. But I love it. This is the page I did where I showed you how to create a page like this, how to dive into a page like this. It is bonus content. You're getting to see the end result. I love this page, even though it's so freaking ugly. And to get you to the place where you can feel like I do about my ugly paintings, about your own ugly paintings, I'm not going to sit here and tell you there are no ugly paintings. There are ugly paintings. We all create them. But the magic, the point of this entire thing that we're doing here in watercolor land is to get to a point where you've built habits, layered, simple habits. Being kind to yourself, speaking kindly to yourself, enjoying experimentation, no matter the result. We layer these habits so that we can appreciate the grit and the grime and the gusto that got us to the ugly page, and know that that is the beautiful thing. That is the pretty. That is the gorgeous sometimes. Yes, it's not going to all be ugly on the page. We don't have to get used to it being ugly all the time, because that's not reality. But we do have to get used to ugly sometimes and power our eyes and our soul and our heart through it so we can see what it actually represents. The ugly represents momentum. The ugly represents movement and evolution of our skill. That is the most beautiful thing. It's the most beautiful thing. Yeah. So you will get to hear all about why this page, why I needed to release the frustrations. All right. You'll get to hear all about that in the bonus content. Yeah. Oh my word. Who's excited? Who's excited? I'm excited. Here's that QR code for if you want to grab it today at 20% off. If you can't swing it today, just a fun secret for Watercolor Land. If you can't swing it today, there will be an opportunity come early 2026, come very early 2026, where there will be a discount available again. It will be much more limited quantity discount. We are going to be kind of fully launching this on Amazon early 2026. So, and what comes with that launching is an opportunity for some discounts. So I want to give a heads up because I know it's holiday time. It's not a time where you're always thinking about buying something for yourself. So in homage to the movie I'm going to see tonight, I want you all to think about how this book is going to help you start defying the gravity of your watercolor frustration. Just you and I, defying gravity. Yeah. It's one of the reasons I love that song so much. It is a metaphor for so much in this world. So much. Heal, defy gravity. Frustration has so much gravity, such a hold on us, such a chokehold on us. It can stop us in our tracks. It can It can kill inspiration in a millisecond. Oh, because I watch this channel, I have been changed for good. You did that just so I'd sing it, didn't you? I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and they help us in return. I don't know if I'm getting the words right. I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Right? So defying gravity and for good. Right? Is that for good? Did I just sing for good? Are both a metaphor for watercolor land. But the next verse, it well may be that we will meet again in 2 weeks. Yes. All right, friends. I love you so much. I love the work that you do. I love how you commit to this watercolor thing because you know the joy it brings. And I cannot wait to see what you do in here. Please help a chica out. Document what you're doing in here. And if you feel brave enough, share it and tag me, please. We need to spread the word. We need to spread the word about our watercolor ArtVival. Our watercolor ArtVival. Thank you, Lily Pad. ArtVival for the win. Yeah, yeah. Let's go get it. Let's go get it, y'all. Let's go get it. For good. Happy ugly painting, y'all. Bye.